This defines a function called play tic tac toe. This function serves as the main entry point for playing the tic tac toe game. Now, this line initializes the board as a nested list with 3 rows and 3 columns. Each cell is initially set to the hyphen character representing an empty space on the board. Here, this line sets the initial value of the current player variable to x. This indicates that the user will play as x in the game. Here, these two print statements simply print a welcome message to the console informing the player that they are playing tic-tac-toe and that they are playing as x. This line starts an infinite loop. The game will continue to run until a winning condition or a tie is reached and the loop is broken using the break statement. Now here, this line calls the print board function to display the current state of the game board. Now here, this if and else statement determines whose turn it is to make a move. If the current player is x, it means it is the user's turn, so the make user move function is called to prompt the user for their move and update the board accordingly. If the current player is not x, that means it is the computer's turn. The code displays a message indicating that it's the computer's turn and calls the make computer move function to generate the computer's move and update the board. These lines check if the current player has won the game by calling the check winner function. If the check winner function returns true for the current player, it means they have won. In that case, the current state of the board is printed and a corresponding message is displayed, either congratulating the user or stating that the computer has won. The break statement is then used to exit the infinite loop and ends the game. Now this if condition checks if the game has resulted in a tie. The condition here checks if all cells on the board are filled with symbols other than hyphen. If this condition is true, it means all cells are occupied and no player has won, resulting in a tie. In that case, the current state of the board is printed and a message stating that it's a tie is displayed. The break statement is then used to exit the infinite loop and ends the game. This line changes the current player to the other player for the next turn. If the current player is x, it is changed to O, and if it is O, it is changed to x. This alternates the turn between the user and the computer. This is a function call that starts the execution of the tic-tac-toe game. It calls the play tic-tac-toe function defined earlier in the code. By invoking play tic-tac-toe, the game will begin running. Now let's just execute the code. So running the cell. Now here it's asking the user to enter the row value. So I will give 2 as input for the rows. Next it's asking to enter the column value. So let's just give 0 as column value. As in Python, the index starts from 0. So as I have given 2 for the rows and 0 for the column, so you can see that x has been written in third row and first column. Now next is the computer's turn, and the computer has selected the second row and last column. Next it's again my turn, so let's just give the value for row as 2 and I will give the value for the column as 2. So another x has been written in the third row and the third column. Let's just give the value of row as 1 and for the column I will write 0. Now here you can see that the second x has been written in the second row and the first column. Now in my third turn, I will give 0 value for the row and 0 value for the column. Now here you can see that I have won the game. So the output shows that congratulations, you won. And that's it for our tic-tac-toe game tutorial. You have learned how to build a simple but functional version of the game using Python. Feel free to customize and enhance the game further based on your own ideas and creativity. Happy learning!